We're currently at 2,376 metres above sea level. Nearly 2.5 times bigger than the highest point in the UK. And we're about 1 kilometre from the summit. So I'm absolutely knackered. I didn't get to sleep till about 1:30 in the morning. And obviously the alarm went off at 10 to 4. But to make today happen, it had to be done. So I've only had about 2 hours sleep, and we've got a 15-kilometre hike with 1,700 metres of gain. And we need to do it in 6 hours. And then we've got a 6-hour drive to get to the airport to drop the rental car off and to catch our flight. So we are extremely tight for time today. So let's see how we get on. First time we've seen some of the big mountains in Norway. Now these are absolutely huge. I reckon the ones you're looking at now, these ones are about 1,500 to 2,000 metres above sea level. We're going to be doing the biggest mountain in Norway. Let's get our tent set up and then go from there. Come on. Come on, you. Little moo cow. Bit of a roadblock. Hello. Excuse me, love. Hello. So the tallest mountain in Norway is just over that hill range. There's an absolute ton of people wild camping here. It looks like a campsite, but everyone's got the same idea, I think, so they can all head up tomorrow. We'll probably camp somewhere over here and yeah, get an early start tomorrow to head over the mountain and up the highest mountain in Norway, so it should make for a good video, so make sure you watch to the end. So look how crazy some of these peaks are in this area. They're so dramatic. It's like something in the Alps. That water is crazy. After a kilometre walk, we found a decent place to pitch our tents by the river. Now the river was relatively noisy, but I do find sleeping by a river quite relaxing. And only 1 kilometre away from our car, it gives us a short walk when we wake up in the morning where we can reset, put our tents away and get our day packs ready. Now the tent you're seeing here is the Norwegian 1. It's a brilliant piece of equipment. I've used it for 7 nights in Norway and it's been absolutely bang on. I did sleep in accommodation 2 of those nights, but the other 5, it was brilliant. My tent, the Norwegian 1, you've got some crazy snow-capped mountains even in July. The biggest mountain in Norway is just over that ridge. You can't see it right now. Okay, so this marks our final night in Norway and one of my favourite camping spots since we arrived. So we've camped a total of 5 nights. We've stayed in accommodation 2 nights to freshen up. You've got Clark's tent, the OEX Bandicoot, Lewis's, the Nature Hike Cloud Up 2, and this is mine, the Norwegian 2, and take a look at this spot. An absolute bomb shelter. I've got everything set up. I've got my Rab 600 sleeping bag, my Cedar Summit, a little cheap inflatable pillow. I've got my food over there that I'm going to tidy up, and that's the Rab Muon 50 litre backpack. The lads are just getting a fire going, as having a fire in Norway is completely legal. You've got a couple of 2,000 metre peaks pointing through. Galdhopiggen is just over this ridge, and it's the biggest mountain in Norway. That's right, the biggest mountain in Norway, and not only Norway, it's the biggest mountain in Northern Europe. And we're going to be tackling that tomorrow morning. So Lewis has done a great job. He's used Vaseline and tissue paper to get it going, no firelighters, and we're just using logs that we bought from a shop in a fire pit that we found. So we're leaving no trace, even though it is legal to have fires in Norway, as long as they're a certain distance away from businesses and places of work. Morning guys, it's 4:20. Just packed away all the stuff inside my tent. Time to pack away on the outside. This is how light it is at 4 AM. I'll have to packing up now. And then we're gonna get hiking. I'm knackered. What are we doing? So I'm absolutely knackered. I didn't get to sleep till about 1:30 in the morning. And obviously the alarm went off at 10 to 4. But to make today happen, it had to be done. So I've only had about 2 hours sleep, and we've got a 15-kilometre hike with 1,700 metres of gain. And we need to do it in 6 hours. And then we've got a 6-hour drive to get to the airport to drop the rental car off and to catch our flight. So we are extremely tight for time today. So let's see how we get on. I'll be fine after a little bit of caffeine and a little bit of breakfast and maybe a trip to the toilet. Okay. So this walk is pretty steep straight away. But looking at the elevation chart, I imagine it's only going to get worse. Some serious elevation. The poles are definitely coming in handy. A little bit cloudy, but we'd probably be above them at 2,500 meters. I bet those bells get annoying, don't they? They annoy you. Take them off you if you want. Really quite cute, aren't you? Big 2,000 meters there. It's getting pretty dramatic right now. I wish you could see that mountain range, and we're at best part of 1,800 meters above sea level. Let's keep on going. The summit is 2,469, I think. The snow up here is pretty crazy, as you can see. Visibility is still very poor. I'm hoping it's going to open up when we get to the summit, but it definitely won't. Leave it, guys, it's blue sky now. Hopefully it's going to open up a bit. We're nearly at 2,000 meters, and that is the summit just on the other side of that. We're buzzing. Making some good ground now. The summit is just over that ridge. Let's get it. (2,425 meters above sea level. Very, very tired. Okay, guys, it's absolutely crazy out here. Basically in a whiteout, and as you can see, that is the summit there. Absolutely insane. This is July, and look how thick this snow is. The summit, 2,500 meters above sea level, give or take. That's Vince, that's cool. That's the cabin, frozen, absolutely frozen. Just look at the ground, and we've got some intermittent views as the cloud passes over us. But overall, relatively successful. Just a little bit difficult towards the end with the amount of false summits we were getting. So I'm not filming much of the descent because it's extremely sketchy, very slippy, and we're racing the clock because we need to get to the airport now, which is just ridiculous. 6-hour drive. Let's go. Look how stunning the weather is now since we've come down. Regardless, this mountain range is crazy, and that was an amazing experience, hitting 2,500 meters above sea level. Finally, the car has come into sight after 6.5 hours and 1,600 meters again ish. Absolutely beautiful around here. Car park, mountains, and for the first time in a while we've got a bit of sun. What an absolutely stunning country. Made it back to the campsite. In the car park, we camped right down the valley, out of the way. We've got a 6-hour drive now, and then catching a flight back home. So we're 3 hours into a 6-hour journey back from Galdhopiggen, the biggest mountain in Norway, back to the airport, Oslo Torp, where we're going to be flying back to Manchester, and that will be the end of our road trip. Little souvenir. What do you guys think? Like that, guys, it's all over. So thank you for watching the videos. I really appreciate it. That marks the end of our 2,100 kilometre around Norway. Now make sure you watch part 1 and 2 if you haven't already, and make sure you get yourself to Norway as soon as possible. We're heading back to Manchester now, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So make sure you subscribe.